So why should we build something in React Native? There's three main reasons why. One is that it has a big community. Whenever you are using a technology, you want to make sure that there's enough documentation out there for you. Let's say you encounter a problem, you want to be able to Google it and find solutions that perhaps others have discovered. You want to be able to find solutions on Stack Overflow. You want to find libraries or tools that others have built that you can use. If you're using a brand new tool, then it's going to be really hard for you to solve those issues when nobody else in the world has had them. So React Native, out of Flutter or Xamarin, has the biggest community. That means there's a lot of tools, a lot of components, a lot of libraries that you can use with React Native to make your life easier. And we'll see that throughout the course. Next is that big companies are using it. You want to use a technology that has been tested, that has scaled. For example, some of the companies that are using React Native, Facebook, because they've created it, uses React Native for their Facebook Ads Manager. The Uber Eats app uses React Native, so does Discord, so does Instagram, so does Skype. And React Native is backed by really big companies like Shopify, Walmart, but also Microsoft, who has Xamarin, have actually made a commitment to React Native and have invested a lot into this framework. As a matter of fact, if we look at hiring trends, now this is hiring trends on Hacker News, one of the most popular programmer sites in the world, you can see a clear distinction here between job interest and job posting for React Native versus something like Xamarin or Flutter. Companies are using it and companies are hiring for it, which at the end of the day is always a good sign. But finally, the most important point, because with these 2 points, I would argue that you should use native Swift or Kotlin to build your iOS and Android apps. But the big thing that React Native really helps us with is this idea of cross-platform. Instead of, as a company, hiring 2 separate teams, maintaining 2 separate apps, both on iOS and Android, you could write in React Native once and have it run both on iOS and Android. And whenever there's cases where there's differences for Android or iOS, you can still do that with React Native. You see, React Native apps are infinitely extensible. What that means is that you're not actually constrained to React Native and coding in JavaScript. If you want, you can always write in pure native code like Swift and Kotlin in your app, in your React Native app, if you want to do something outside the framework. So you can always use React Native with Swift if you want to create something that needs to be really, really performant. So there you have it. I guess what I'm saying is you picked the right technology to learn. But we've been talking a lot, and I think it's time for us to actually learn instead of just hearing me blabbering on. So let's get started.